coming to us out of Florida. Apparently this was posted 5 days ago by the news. Chief of police resigns because of one of his officers had a road rage incident and held the citizen at gunpoint. Come to find out, this officer should never have been an officer. And this is true in every police department across the country. There are not enough people out there qualified to be police officers. So these police chiefs and the people that hire these officers are looking over a lot of shit. And that is why we're getting the tyranny in our communities the way that we're getting the tyranny. These officers are not fit to be cops. They have no freaking idea on how to be a cop or what a cop should do in the line of duty is to serve and protect the community. We, as cop watchers, absolutely know that they're not actually there to protect us. They're there to clean up the mess after it happens, because there's no such thing as preventative police work. Police are out there to clean up the mess that criminals make. They're there after the fact, 99% of the time. Occasionally you might get a cop that finds something that prevents a crime, but most of the time they're there to clean up a mess. And this happens all over the country. There are at least, I would say, 25, 30 cops in each department that doesn't even have the qualifications to be a cop. If somebody took the time and went back in all the records, oh, the shit you would find. Watch this video, guys. It'll highly disturb you.
Last week there was not a form filled out, notarized. You told us that on camera, sir.
News Channel 5 did the legwork looking into the past of a Deckard police officer now charged with aggravated assault for holding a driver at gunpoint while off duty and out of his jurisdiction. While News Channel 5 asked for the officer's training history, the Deckard police chief admitted his department did not.
And now tonight, following a series of reports from News Channel 5's Jason Lamb, Deckard City officials tell us their police chief is stepping down. They say Police Chief Ross Peterson turned in his resignation letter today.
News Channel 5's Jason Lamb has followed this case from the very beginning.
He's telling him to get on the ground. He's not doing anything. We need the police. Ma'am, that needs to hold on because you're within the city limits, okay?
On duty. You doesn't matter. I am on duty 24/7.
This cop's saying he's on duty 24/7.
It's been more than a month since the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office says this road rage incident started on I-24 involving former Deckard police officer Matthew Ward, who was off duty and 50 miles.
Now, I believe this guy might have cut him off or something, or made him hit his brakes when he wasn't supposed to hit his brakes. And then the cop pulls him over and holds him at gunpoint. A true road rage.
From his jurisdiction. Ward now faces an aggravated assault charge and was allowed to resign from the police department. And tonight,
once again, people, we as citizens have got to stop putting up with this and paying this motherfucker to be looking for another job. This is outrageous. They allowed him to resign with no charges. Fucking immunity has to go to the wayside. These officers need to be held accountable for what the fuck they do. I'm sorry, it just fucking pisses me off to no end.
Deckard City Attorney Jerry Hood says Deckard Police Chief Ross Peterson will be resigning following a series of reports from News Channel 5 looking into how Ward was hired. We dug into Ward's work history at his previous job as an officer in training at the Fort Walton Beach Police Department in Florida. Through our public records request, we found that his trainers raised red flags, including several low scores in categories like knowledge of criminal procedure and decision-making. But those are records Police Chief Ross Peterson admitted his department never asked for because he said Ward hadn't filled out a liability release, allowing the department to ask detailed questions into his background. But according to police documents one of Deckard's own police sergeants gave us, it appears Ward actually did sign a form that would have allowed that investigation.
But I'm still here to talk to you.
It's something we brought up to the chief yesterday during a wide-ranging 90-minute press conference. You told us last week there was not a form filled out, notarized.
I did not.
You told us that on camera, sir.
It is like, you know, there was no form filled out where we got it notarized where we could ask questions, anything different than did you work here and would you rehire that person? And since he's not actually got an extensive work history in law enforcement, we didn't do that. That's my answer.
Yes, sir.
Did you hear her say that they don't go to me?
He does not know.
You said we didn't have a form that was filled out.
I really didn't think we did.
Before yesterday's press conference, we tried contacting Peterson several times for his side of the story, but he hadn't commented on any of the records we dug up until yesterday.
I've talked to you and you've reached out on my personal cell phone that you got from these people, and I want to answer her question.
I got your cell phone, sir, when you called me.
Oh, my bad.
City officials say Peterson delivered his...
See? And he's the police chief. Look how fucking idiotic he is. And he's the police chief. My God, people, we've got to stop we've got to figure out some way to hold these fucking cops accountable for how freaking stupid they are.
Resignation letter today, though it's unclear when that resignation will become effective or who the next Deckard police chief will be. Jason Lamb, News Channel 5.
Holy moly, they allowed this officer to resign after holding a citizen at gunpoint because he got cut off or turned in front of or something. And he was 50 miles away from his jurisdiction and off duty. Oh my God, people. And this was just 5 days ago. I believe it was June 13th, July 13th, something like that. Holy moly. This just irks my blood. And we know, guys, we know in every police department across the country, there are freaking idiots like this who should never, ever be a cop. There's such a shortage of people being able to qualify to be a cop. That's why chiefs of police are overlooking shit, and it comes back to bite the citizens in the ass. Spitting Cobra, bringing it to you real. I'm out.